Today's castle in the clouds was built as a retirement estate for a self-made millionaire, Thomas Plant. His story and the story of this property follows. The story of Thomas Plant epitomizes the American dream. Born in Bath, Maine in 1859 and raised in a working-class family, Plant left school at age 14. He worked a variety of jobs before taking an apprenticeship as a shoelaster in a factory. In only 11 years, he rose from being a laborer to owning his own company, the Thomas G. Plant Company in Jamaica Plain, Massachusetts, which he established at the age of 32. By 1910, it was reportedly the largest factory in the United States and the largest shoe factory in the world. Tom was 51 years old that year when he sold his business, adding $6 million to his existing fortune, and began to plan his retirement. On a trip to Europe in the fall of 1912, Tom met Olive Dewey, 24 years his junior. He and Olive married in the spring of 1913. Olive was a well-educated young woman. Before meeting Tom, she had studied Greek at Wellesley College and worked as a school teacher. She enjoyed the many outdoor activities their new home had to offer, including superintending the large greenhouse and gardens on the property, and both Tom and Olive enjoyed riding their prized horses on the many trails on the estate. Together they lived on this property from 1914 to 1941. This estate, which was originally called Lucknow, consisted of the 16-room mansion and a number of outbuildings and recreational features. Assembling this great estate took about 2 years, and in the end, the Plant's property spanned 6,300 acres. It stretched from the 7 peaks of the Ossipee Mountains to the shores of Lake Winnipesaukee. It is said that over 1,000 people labored to engineer and build all of the property's features over a period of only about 18 months. The arts and crafts style mansion and buildings were designed by architect J. Williams Beale of Boston, who reportedly worked closely with Tom to design a home that reflected the global architectural traditions observed by the Plants on their travels abroad. The construction and amenities were cutting edge for 1914. Fire-resistant materials made this a very safe home, while the most modern technologies made maintaining the estate much easier for the domestic staff. And yet, despite these modern touches, Beale and the Plants designed this home to harmonize with its surroundings, using natural and sometimes local materials, which created a rustic, handcrafted look that fit well into the arts and crafts aesthetic. Look closely as you tour the home, and you will certainly find details that celebrate a tradition of hand craftsmanship. Although Tom and Olive had no children, they weren't alone up here. They entertained close friends and family at Lucknow, and of course they had a large staff to help them run the estate. We don't know the names of most of these people, but inside the mansion you will see examples of their living quarters and workspaces. Unwise investments and a habit of overspending resulted in financial difficulty for Tom and Olive starting in the 1920s. They attempted to sell Lucknow without success, and eventually mortgaged the property to a friend who allowed Tom and Olive to continue to reside there. When both the mortgage holder and Tom died in 1941, the estate was foreclosed on, and Olive returned to her family in Illinois with just her personal belongings. After Tom Plant's death, the property went through a series of owners and was first opened to the public in 1959. The estate has been open almost continuously since then as a New Hampshire attraction. Since 2006, the nonprofit Castle Preservation Society has owned and managed Lucknow's historic buildings and grounds, and is responsible for their restoration and preservation. Referencing historic photos taken in the 19-teens and 1920s, we are in the process of restoring the interiors to their appearance at that time. In 2018, the castle was listed on the National Register of Historic Places. We also partner with the Lakes Region Conservation Trust in stewardship of this property. LRCT owns an additional 5,400 acres of the Plant's original estate and continues to maintain the surrounding natural landscape, as well as over 35 miles of hiking trails. We are grateful for all they've done over the years to ensure the Lucknow estate remains open and accessible to the public. Our work to preserve and share this estate is supported in a variety of ways. We hope that you will consider adding your support by becoming a Castle member, joining the team as a volunteer, or making a donation in support of our mission. Thank you for your interest in Castle in the Clouds, and we hope to see you soon.